We continue to follow the threat for severe weather this evening, mostly across western Nebraska, but we've got some clouds here in central Nebraska that can kind of give us at least a preview of what we might expect. We see some of these clouds here in Hastings, looking south from Grand Island, looking west here from Kearney. They're fairly flat. They're not billowing at all. So there's enough inhibition in the atmosphere to keep those clouds from rising so much that we might not see the severe weather threat as high here in the Tri-Cities as we see across parts of western and northwestern Nebraska right now. We see a line of thunderstorms here in the southwest part of the state has already developed, and one severe thunderstorm warning was just canceled here for Keith County. So taking a look at the severe thunderstorm watch across our area, we have it right now in southwestern Nebraska, but we're monitoring this area here across the sand hills where we've got some cumulus clouds that are billowing a little bit more, showing that they can break through what little bit of lid there is on the atmosphere, as it were. But here around the Tri-Cities area, it's looking like there's more of a lid to keep things suppressed, but still continuing to monitor that a little bit later on in the evening. Right now, we've got this one severe thunderstorm warning. We'll check on that in just a moment, but just to the east of Ogallala, Keith County, this severe thunderstorm warning was just allowed to expire, so not going to really need to stay on that much, but that's continuing on into the sand hills right now. But this severe thunderstorm warning for the Trenton area here around Hitchcock County, this is warned for 1-inch hail and up to 70-mile-per-hour winds, and that is moving into the Trenton area right now into the Palisade area just there between Hayes and Hitchcock counties. This is going to continue across this area. So Swanson Lake right around in here, likely seeing some very heavy rain and possibly some high winds as well. So continuing to monitor that storm. It likely will make its way towards the McCook area over the next hour to hour and a half or so. Looking at some storm reports all the way from Ogallala down to Binkelman and into parts of Kansas, we've had reports of hail all the way up to 1.5 inches in diameter, and this one wind report in Imperial of 60-mile-per-hour winds there. Looking at the radar estimated hail, most of that storm there in Keith County has diminished for the hail, but down through the Binkelman area, that hail core did go through that area. But Trenton, again, that's made mainly for the threat of high winds. So it's lining up right now with that slight risk, the level 2 threat for severe weather out of 5 levels. So we could be seeing that continue into parts of central Nebraska. The diminished threat, though, here for the Tri-Cities, like I said, we've got more of a lid on the atmosphere to keep things suppressed. We'll likely still see things continue, though, as it progresses towards the east. We've got a lot of heat in the atmosphere. You can see where it's cooled down from the rain right now. So McCook at 90 degrees feels like it's 95 with the dew point factored in. Feels like it's in the 90s here in the Tri-Cities as well. We've got dew points in the 70s. That's a lot of moisture that these storms really like to pull up and suck into the storms themselves. So 70 right now in McCook. So a lot of moisture and a lot of heat to really break through whatever lid is left there. Looking at the winds right now, Imperial seeing those winds from the thunderstorm at 43 miles per hour. Like I said, it did have a gust of 60 miles per hour earlier. That is the severe weather threshold. But looking through Futurecast, it's delayed on its initiation. Notice how there's nothing here right now, and it takes a couple hours for it to start to show up. So remember that 2-hour difference there. As it gets to the Tri-Cities area around 10 o'clock, it may already be weakening, but getting to our area by 10 o'clock. So we'll have to keep that in mind tonight as we head over the next several hours. By tomorrow morning, though, lows will be dropping down into the 60s, cooler out to the west where they've already cooled down into the 60s. As we look through our day planner, though, you're going to be seeing those temperatures, or those winds, mostly out of the southeast, temperatures in the 80s and 90s across much of the area. It will be a warm day. Your 7-day forecast, though, hot temperatures are coming right back. Saturday looks like morning thunder showers, though, for 4th of July, but in the afternoon, evening, looks like it should